Kilo-7 is about two Air Force personnel, one sergeant and one junior enlisted, and they're guarding a nuclear missile site on Christmas Eve. It's just about what each of these two characters' perspectives are on Christmas and ultimately how they view the world. Sergeant Top, he's the jaded sergeant who's ready to impart his dour view on life to the next generation. And Airman Green, he's hopeful and he's trying to sway Sergeant Top to be a little more like maybe he used to be. And then, through the course of the story that you find out Top and Green are very similar once upon a time. As far as casting goes, we ended up going through a casting agency in Richmond, and they brought us Rick Dutroux. Once I saw Rick's audition tape, I was like, okay, yeah, this is Sergeant Top. Like, absolute best person to work with. He and his wife Stephanie were great. They're both pros. They do theater, they do film, and so it was so great to have them on set.
My approach really drew from people that I know that are in the military, especially people that are on roles that are like more gate guard oriented or logistics oriented. This character has this brightness in his eyes, but also an understanding that the job that he has is not the most flashy, most glamorous military job.
It was an honor to work with Caleb. We've been friends for a while, and so it was really cool to be able to work on and Endowed with him on his project that he not only directed but he wrote and felt really passionate about and brought his experience to.
For me, one of the biggest challenges on set was the weather and some of the obstacles that came with that.
We came in like, okay, yes, we're here, we're shooting an Endowed film. Like, this is big, but we just knew it was gonna be tough. Like, we knew the weather was not gonna be great, and we were all hoping and praying, and God definitely answered a lot of prayers, but the weather was something that we just still had to go through.
But there was one moment, I believe we were standing on one side of the fence and we had some lighting operators on the other side. I believe it was Will Freestone, I want to give him a shout out. He was standing there holding on for dear life, making sure it didn't fall over. We made our take, 2, 3, 4 times, and every time we'd reset the take, go back over and be like, how you doing, buddy? He's like, I'm doing all right. And I'm like, all right, let's hang in there. So, I knew it was cold for me, but I obviously have the warmth of my gear. But for him, man, he was just gripping it with white knuckles. So that really stuck with me, is the amount of kind of gumption everybody had on set to make sure that things went smoothly.
My mom actually went to school for interior design, and so she has a lot of books on houses and American eras, Christmas, all this different stuff. So as soon as I found out that I was going to be the art director, I texted her and I was like, Mom, please send me reference photos. And so I worked off of those as I went through the prop shop and looked for all the articles that I would need, kind of bounced some ideas off of Caleb and Mackenzie to make sure that my vision and what I was seeing from my mom's stuff and just from the props that were available, if it matched their vision.
It was just a really great experience working with all the people that were on set. It was a really fun group of people to be around.
Day 3 was nice because, we weren't shooting in the middle of the night, we're shooting during the day. We have the majority of our shots inside, so that made a big difference. It was cool every time to just see how many people were milling around doing stuff. It feels like a real film set. For me, that was just a little highlight, just seeing everyone doing their thing kind of from a distance. I'm so glad to have Mackenzie because she has so many local connections, which usually, you come to school and you're from out of town, and Mackenzie being a sort of a local, that really helped out because there was a lot of things that I just don't think we would have been able to get certain people or certain equipment or certain locations as efficiently as we did.
My favorite moment on Christmas is Kilo-7 was probably lunch. Yeah, my favorite moment on Kilo-7 was, I think, having lunch on our April shoot date, April 13th. Just having lunch is such a nice thing.
Yeah, all in all, I had a lot of fun, and I really loved the professionality of everyone on set. Really, I had a great time, and I think everybody that was there contributed to that.